Hi, I'm Daniel Andrews, owner and creator of AndrewsFootball.com. Now, here's the thing. There's a ton of big free agent news. However, I'm going to touch base on that Friday. Today, I'm only going to talk about the Detroit Lions and the 8th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft. But please note, Friday, I'm going to break down all the free agents, so stay tuned. Stay tuned, tomorrow for pick number 9. But Friday, I'm going to talk about all the free agents. So save your questions till then. Now, the Lions are an extremely interesting situation because before Matt Patricia took over last year, the last 4 years, their head coach was Jim Caldwell, who won a Super Bowl under Tony Dungy as the offensive coordinator for the Indianapolis Colts. And what he did was that he took the job in Detroit, and he said that part of his plan was that he was going to increase the production on Matthew Stafford, and that he did do. Matthew Stafford completion percentage before Jim Caldwell arrived was 59.8 and 58.5, and then Jim Caldwell's first year jumped up just to 60.3, but then it went from 67.2 to 65.3 to 65.7. So you see there was a big increase in his completion percentage while the interceptions went down. Now, the previous 2 years, he averaged 18 interceptions, where under Caldwell, he had 12, 13, 10, and 10. So, the interceptions were almost cut in half while the completion percentage jumped up about 7 points. But after making the playoffs, his first season, they went 11-5. They weren't able to make the playoffs the previous 3 seasons, or the next 3 seasons. Then they brought in Matt Patricia, which is kind of funny because Matt Patricia, of course, defensive coordinator under Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots. So you have the Colts approach. Now you're going with the New England Patriots approach. So that kind of dynamic's interesting, but it's actually quite a big change because Matthew Stafford, for the first time in his pro career, threw for under 4,000 yards. The attempts were a lot less than what he's used to. As a matter of fact, it's the fewest attempts in his pro career where he played a full 16-game season. He only had 555 attempts, which, now keep in mind, he has a season where he threw the ball 727 times. So, under Caldwell, it was between 600 and 565. So 555 isn't that much less. But as you can see, Matt Patricia, what he wants to do is he wants to run the ball more. They want to focus more on defense because under under Jim Caldwell, the focus wasn't on the defense. They just wanted the Indianapolis Colts type of defense. Fast, pass rushers, some ball hawks, but you were going to get your points. They just wanted to try to outscore you. Under Matt Patricia, it looks like they're going to try to run the ball, shorten the game, more of an old school approach. And that's something I can really respect and like. They have a lot of good pieces in play, but they also have a lot of holes in play. But I do like what they've done so far in free agency, and I'll touch base on that. In Friday, I'll touch base on it on a few other free agent moves Friday. But I like that they're bringing in New England Patriot players. And this brings up an interesting situation because with the 8th pick in the draft, it's a dealer's choice. They can go in a variety of different directions here. You have DK Metcalf, who's available. Reminds a lot of people of Calvin Johnson, who Detroit Lions fans love. You could go with somebody like Ed Oliver. That would be a very interesting matchup. You can go with Montez Sweat, a guy who could be a defensive end, could be an outside linebacker, could going to play kind of a hybrid defense. You can go Devin White, linebacker at LSU. You could do the local kid, Rashawn Gary, which I think would be an excellent pick for them, considering he's also a guy you can use in a variety of different sets, considering he played a 3-4 defensive end, but he runs like a wide receiver. So that would be an interesting move. However, with the 8th pick in the 2019 draft, I got the Detroit Lions dipping back into the same well they did last year and going offensive line, and I think they're going to go Cody Ford out of Oklahoma. Now, what makes me think that they're going to take Cody Ford is that they decided not to re-sign T.J. Lang, and last year they drafted Frank Ragnow, a guy who a lot of people really thought at 20 was way overdrafted, but they really liked him a lot, and he played excellent as a rookie. So they're going to take the much more athletic Ford. I could see this happening in 8, but there are a lot of different options on the table, including trading down, which is not a bad idea because you have 3 quarterbacks off the board. I think Daniel Jones will be drafted somewhere in the first round. The Lions, I think, with the draft board the way it is right now, they could trade down and still be able to get some good value. But at number 8, Cody Ford's an excellent player. This is a guy you can plug at right guard, and he fits what they're trying to do. They're trying to be bigger. They're trying to be more physical up front. They want to run the ball. Plus, they still need to protect Stafford because even though he threw the ball the fewest times in his career, he still got sacked 40 times. So you have to protect that investment, and taking Cody Ford, a guy who played guard early in his career, went outside the tackle, looked like a stud at tackle. I think he'll play guard, but you could easily make him the right tackle, and you're still in excellent shape. I think this is a plug-and-play guard, and you just maul the ball right down the middle. Now, Dan, Jacksonville, Detroit, looks like they're doing the same thing. Why do you like Jonah Williams in Jacksonville, Cody Ford in Detroit? Well, I like Jonah Williams in Jacksonville because they took an Alabama offensive tackle and it worked out great for them. I think if Jonah Williams and Cody Ford were both available, I actually think that there's a good chance they would take Jonah Williams, dip back into the SEC talent pool again. But Cody Ford presents a guy who could play both guard and tackle, did play guard and tackle. And this is a guy you plug in at guard, and I think he could be an all-pro his rookie year. This could be like a Larry Allen type of player. I don't know if it's that his upside's quite Larry Allen-esque, but you got a guy who could come in day one and be easily a Pro Bowl caliber player. The difference between him and Jonah Williams is that Jonah Williams has a much lower floor, but Ford has a higher ceiling. And I think if you're going to pick a player in the top 10, where I think Jacksonville kind of wants to play it a little more safe and know what you're getting, I think Detroit can kind of roll the dice a little bit. And I'm not saying Cody Ford's risky. I just think that his floor is slightly lower than Jonah Williams. That's all I'm saying, because Oklahoma, they didn't go against SEC talent day in, day out on the defensive side of the ball, because everybody knows in the Big 12 they really don't play defense. And I'm not insulting the Big 12, but it's more of an offensive-driven college football scheme, where the SEC, you see a lot more NFL talent on defense. So that's just my opinion. I think that if both Jonah Williams and Cody Ford are available, I think Ford would be a better fit for Detroit. I think Jonah Williams, of course, better fit for Jacksonville, as my mock draft said. And, of course, I'm going to come out with a new mock draft very soon, because some of my picks don't make a lot of sense with the way the free agent board's been going on. And I'll update everything shortly on my mock drafts, which I'll update on my website and I'll release on social media for you. So if by the way, if you are a subscriber to Andrews Football, I want to thank you very much. You know you're one of the greatest people on planet Earth. All your wildest dreams will come true. But if you're new to my channel, or you're a Detroit Lions fan, a draft fan, or just checking out my gorgeous profile here for the first time, go ahead and check this out. See this button right here? It's this red button. It looks awesome. Go ahead. Bam! Hit that button. Become one of the greatest people on planet Earth. Wait till tomorrow I break down the 9th pick in the 2019 NFL Draft. So I'll see you tomorrow.